Welcome to day 4 here at Breakoff. 8 players have already booked their place in the second round of this year's Betfred World Snooker Championship. Hard to believe the first round is halfway through completion. The weather is so good here in the Steel City. We thought we'd come outside and sample the atmosphere just outside the main entrance to the Crucible. The big screen round there, Matt. An ideal place to come and watch the snooker. There are a few people just having a couple of orange juices there. Now, we've got to wrap up a match from last night. Stuart Bingham, well, there was a possibility of an upset there against Robbie Williams. Williams started the match brilliantly and came out believing he had an opportunity to knock out one of the world's top 8 players. But Bingham conquered his opponent and a cold, coming through 10 frames to 7. Ivan Hershevitz grabbed a word with him after the main press conference late last night.
How long have you been suffering with this cold?
Since Wednesday. Tuesday we had the press release for Betfred, and Mark Selby was there and he had it, so I blame him. So I knew I shouldn't have kissed him.
So I take it if we invite you to the media launch next year, you won't be coming?
Well, I've got a sort of, I'll have a doctor's note, I think, but yeah, I'll test whoever I'm doing it with. I'll check their health.
Well, Stuart Bingham now has a couple of days to get over that cold and prepare to face 2006 champion Graham Dott. On to day 4, and the first player to join Stuart and the rest into the second round was Ding Junhui. Now, he had a nightmare start yesterday against Mark Davis. Davis, the battler from Hastings, took the first 4 frames. Ding took the next 3. They were pulled off 2 frames early. That was how slow the match was. And one of the biggest talking points as Ding clawed his way back into the match was that he was so focused on winning the frames, he forgot or didn't realise that he was on for a 1-4-7, I think after 12 or 13 reds in the 9th frame. Only the gasps of the crowd told him what an opportunity had slipped through his fingers. In the end, though, after the season he's had, the number 3 seed was delighted to close out the win 10-7, and he was in pretty relaxed mood when I caught up with him after the match.
Yes, it is. I just focused so hard to come back. It's important for him to coming back, and also just try to make point and then keep going, keep putting. That's it.
Well, it was good that you could smile about it, and I think Mark gave you a little bit of banter as well, didn't he? He was talking about the fact that maybe you're already so rich you didn't need to you didn't need to get the max.
I'm too rich and I had to make some difficult myself. Oh, that's a joke.
Well, Ding against John Higgins is a mouth-watering second-round match. Remember, they played each other in the final of the UK a few years ago when Ding won none other than his own body weight in pucker pies. Well, in fact, the player they call Enter the Dragon was in such a good mood after that great victory that we decided to use him and another famous face from Sheffield to launch the Betfred World Micro Snooker Championship. This, believe me, is looking at the sport on a whole other level. Well, as if there wasn't enough drama on the main arena floor here at the Crucible, we're recreating a little piece of the tension in here. This is called the Micro World Championship. It's as many as you can pot in a minute. We couldn't find snooker balls, so we have to make do with pool balls. Doesn't matter if the black goes in early on, not a problem. But the key with this is, if you go in off with the white, the break's over. 11 times ranking champion, Ding Junhui, you're live.
Okay, let's start.
Oh, yes. Great cue control here from Enter the Dragon. Oh yes. There's no wasted shot. There's no wasted shots here from the. Flukes are fine. Don't apologise. There you go. Well, he missed the max, but he's going to win the micro snooker. Oh, 2 at once. You're on fire, Ding. Come on. Oh, 20 seconds to go. China's finest. You don't need to nominate a pocket. Just get them in. Oh, no. Incredible scenes. 10 seconds to go, Ding. Oh, he blames the cue like every good workman. Good luck against John, Ding. It'll probably be a bit easier than that one.
Okay, thank you.
John McClure, legendary frontman, massive snooker fan. You have 1 minute. 3, 2, 1. You're live. Oh, it's 2 down. It's gone gentle. Remember, if you go in off, it's game over. This is a man who's going to have a table put in his garden. Massive snooker fan. Oh no! He's gone after 21 seconds. Crucible debut ends in disappointment there, John.
Well, you know, first time lucky, takes a while, pressure at Crucible got to me. Obviously, big match environment. We live and learn, I'll be back next year.
Brilliant. It was a pastiche of cliches. He'll be better once he's had a year playing on his table that he's going to put in his garden office. Well, here we go. We've got our next contestant for the Micro World Championship. Tournament director Mike Ganley. Mike, as many as you can in a minute. Remember, if you go in off, the break's over. 3, 2, 1, you're live. Oh, that's sensational. 2 down from Ganners right at the beginning. Oh no, it's off! After 6.36 seconds, it was a brilliant start, but unfortunately he couldn't finish it. He hates being on TV. He might have done that on purpose if he'd had enough skill. Thank you, Rob. Ding Junhui, 11 ranking titles. He's got 9 balls in 46 seconds. John McClure's in second place, 4 in 12. And Ganley, well, that's absolutely woeful from the tournament director. 3 balls, he goes in off. That's probably the worst 6 seconds of his life. And the laughing you could hear there in the background was because Mike Ganley had walked into the press room as we were recording that voiceover. He wasn't too pleased, but I can confirm it was the best 6 seconds of his career. Now then, it wasn't just Ding as a famous face there. You would have spotted John McClure, lead singer of Reverend And The Makers. We grabbed a word or two with him afterwards to find out exactly why he loves snooker so much. John, you're coming back. This is your second appearance at the Crucible, so you obviously enjoyed it last year.
Loved it. It was amazing. Yeah, I brought my father-in-law last year, but I brought my brother Chris this year because he's my partner in crime when it comes to snooker. So he's very excited. I'm very excited. Supposed to see Ronnie last year, but he finished his match in record time. So this year we're definitely going to see a bit of Ronnie. So we're excited.
What were your memories of it last year? Because often when people come for the first time, they can't believe how small and enclosed it feels.
Firstly, like the view, because we got in the press bit and it was just like, apart from sitting at the side of Roy Hodgson during an England World Cup match, I don't think there's a better view in world sport. It's like, you know, you can like smell the breath, you know, it's an incredible view, but like just mind-blowing. And we also saw the 100th.
Neil Robertson.
We did, although I sat there patiently throughout the entire afternoon and the evening session, and I just needed to go to the toilet one time.
Oh, no.
And it was during that frame, which I was absolutely wounded when I came back. Because obviously once you're out, you're out, aren't you? But just fantastic. And the atmosphere, that moment when like the hush descends, it's magical, isn't it? It's beautiful. So yeah, just like couldn't wait for it to start again. Inspired me to have my own little World Championships with my brother. I was winning 17-9. And I lost 18-17, so that's been a bit of a blow.
So you're like the Steve Davis to his Dennis Taylor.
Yeah, I feel a bit of a Jimmy White kind of moment. It was just a bit like heartbreaking, to be honest, but I'll be back this year. I'm like, been putting a few hours in, you know, so.
Well, you know what it is to perform in front of massive crowds, and although it's a completely different discipline, I'm sure on the odd occasion you feel the pressure. Can you imagine in that silence what it must be like to be one of those players trying to see out a match? It's really difficult to describe what the atmosphere is like for people who haven't been.
It's easy when it's a gig because it's noisy, innit? And like if you sing like a bum note or whatever, it's gone in like as soon as you've sang it, there's another one coming up and it's irrelevant. No one really cares because they're all drunk and dancing and going crackers, aren't they? Whereas, you know, in Crucible, when you've got that silence and if you miss a shot or it's just like incredible. The thing I do love is, you know, how everyone sits with the headphones on.
Yeah.
Virgo said something dead funny last year and made everyone laugh. But like someone's like, I think it was Robertson's taking a shot and like they made everyone laugh and he weren't happy at all. He were like proper daggers at Virgo. And I just love like the other thing is I'm very proud it's in Sheffield because I'm a Sheffield fella, and to think like the World Snooker Championships is in Sheffield, it's a great thing, you know. It's very like good for the whole city, and we've just been outside in Crucible Square and the atmosphere is red hot day, everyone's sat out in Square and it's just a wonderful thing, you know.
It does have a sense of ownership, the city, doesn't it? And you know, for those of us who work on it and have done for a few years, it really wouldn't feel the same if it went anywhere else. Could you sense a feeling of relief when the announcement was made that the tournament was staying for another 3 years and is here till 2017?
Oh, definitely, because we consider it to be like the home of snooker, you know, and I think that the possibility of it, you know, being played in China or in London upset a lot of people in Sheffield, especially like the older generation, like my nan's generation. There'd have been uproar, you know, there'd have been like protests and stuff. So I think everyone's glad it's staying here because I think it's a a unique atmosphere in Crucible. It's a one-off place, you know. I don't think you could ever recreate it anywhere else.
Oh, brilliant. You're such an eloquent talker. Thanks for sparing us the time and manning our bar so dutifully. And enjoy it. Finally, you get to see the Rocket live in the Crucible.
Yeah, bring it on. Can't wait.
Well, John McClure, what a fantastic guy, and brilliant to see that he's so passionate about snooker remaining here in Sheffield. Well, he got his wish this afternoon because he did get to see Ronnie O'Sullivan. The Rocket had us all gasping in the first frame. It looked like he was on for a 1-4-7. He's established a really solid lead over Craig Steadman, 7 frames to 2 when they resume tomorrow morning. But Steadman, the world number 81, wasn't intimidated by opponent or occasion. He had a couple of really decent breaks, and there's plenty for his fans to roar on tomorrow morning. One match that reached a conclusion this afternoon, Ali Carter against Alan the Angles McManus. Carter resumed 6-3 ahead and made fairly short work of the 2-time semi-finalist. His victory, 10 frames to 5, means he'll face Neil Robertson in the second round. So let's catch up with Mark Pearson and find out how all of that affects the latest odds here at the Betfred World Snooker Championship, and whether indeed Betfred will be offering a special bet to see whether O'Sullivan will be wearing his own shoes or the tournament directors tomorrow morning when that one resumes. Mark, over to you.
Well, he's odds on to wear Mike Ganley's shoes. He's unbeaten in Mike Ganley's shoes. Played 3 frames, won 3 frames. But Ronnie O'Sullivan, he's going to sock it to the bookmakers. He's a shoe-in to win a 6th world title, isn't he? He's 2-1 favourite. He's looking good. He's a Rocket here at the Crucible. Craig Steadman had his chances, but the Rocket is looking very good to get through to the second round. Day 4, it's been fantastic here at the Crucible. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 10-1 to wear flip-flops tomorrow morning. It's fantastic. Love the Crucible. The sponsors are very, very happy. But I tell you what, if Ronnie does win the Betfred World Snooker Championship, I'll be doing my press conference here and resigning, because we've got Ronnie now for over £1 million. Go on the Rocket!
Well, great stuff there from Mark Pearson. As ever, plenty to whet the appetite for the punters and bookies alike. That's just about it for this edition of Breakoff. There's loads to look forward to tomorrow. In the morning, we've got the concluding session between Ronnie O'Sullivan and that number 81 seed Craig Steadman. Can he come back into that match, currently trailing 7-2? Joe Perry kickstarts his campaign against Zhang Anda. We'll get a first glimpse of the 2005 champion, Sean Murphy, as he takes on Finland's Robin Hull. And then in the evening, Judd Trump kickstarts his quest for a first world title against the debutant Stuart Carrington. Loads to look forward to, and we're not even halfway through the first week. Sheffield has plenty more surprises in store. That's it for tonight. Bye-bye.